That's so true, because attendees, if you have any questions, there is this Q&A tab. Click on it, share your questions, and in between we will take one question. And the end, I think so we will keep 5 to 10 minutes just answering all the questions. So that is going to be fun. And with that, Cheryl, first of all, I want to start this particular webinar with this one question. So if a person is listening to you for the first time, what is this? What will be that one thing which a person should remember about you? I want to start with that, if you can share.
Wow, yeah, that's a good question. I would say just coming to Canada when I was 19 years old. It was my first time coming abroad, never went abroad, went to any foreign country, and it was by myself. Took on the flight and landed in Canada. Didn't know anyone, and then I was able to make friends here, and then got a scholarship from the university, just got my degree in entrepreneurship, and then again worked in the banking industry, and then went back to get my master. So all of that combined, I think one thing about me is I always go out of my comfort zone, and I find my way while I do that. Just be genuine to people, and then get connected people on the way. But yeah, I think that quality of me, it's what made me today, even starting the company and now helping others to grow online. It's all just tied back to this quality of going out of my comfort zone. So yeah, I definitely, I think this one thing, I guess, if you can say one thing about me.
That's okay. So basically, Cheryl is the person who will go out of her comfort zone and will do something different completely.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, definitely. I tried different career path. Even I'm still, kind of I just have a couple years work experience, but try different industry to find my passion. So I think that's quite important, just to try it out and then get out of your comfort zone, and then keep seeking what make you happy, I guess, eventually.
No. Of course, that actually makes sense. But as you said, you had went in a lot of different industries. So how did exactly you came into e-commerce? What is that story? Why did you start your own store on the first place in past? If you can share that story.
Yeah, for sure. So I went to a university near Vancouver. It's called a city called Victoria. So I did my entrepreneurship there, just like a lot of other graduate. I was applying for just jobs in good company, big company in Canada. Banking industry is quite big. They employ a lot of people, and then good jobs, good opportunities. So I was yeah, that sounds like something that I could do. I'm good with investment numbers. So I applied to the headquarters of one of the biggest banks here in Canada, and I got in. So yeah, I was yeah, this offer doesn't sound bad. I'm just gonna give it a try. Especially I'm because do I actually know my calling in life? Yeah, not really. So just came to this position, and then I also learned a lot from how the corporate works and everything. So definitely grateful for the experience. And then I was doing financial planning there for 1.5 years. Kind of in the back of my mind, I always wanted to do entrepreneurship, because that's why I chose my major back in school. I was yeah, I really want to build my business. I really want to actually build my online brand, because that's one of the thing I had in mind, growing up, be able to sell a product that can benefit others. So kind of, I didn't want to give up my full-time job just to pursue this. I kind of was afraid in certain times. And then one day we were all called to the office. Everyone's serious, and the manager's actually, we have a restructure. Our whole team is laid off. So yeah, at that time, yeah, I was laid off along with I would say 2,000 others in the bank. And I was and everyone's really, really sad. One of my colleagues was crying, and I was also very sad. But the next day I was maybe this is the time that I should start this brand I was really thinking about. Yeah, so I started there, did a bunch of research on which platform I should use, what kind of product I should sell. Then I went into e-commerce. So I started just a small shop. I spent 3 days building it, just MVP. And I was selling home decoration because I was quite interested in that. And the product is lightweight, easy to ship. you will not have some safety problem with this kind of product. And yeah, like the goal was to ship something cute and nice and, like can lighten someone's day when they receive the package. So that was the whole goal of that shop. That's how I went into e-commerce overall, I guess.
Oh, okay. So it all started with like one dream and one kick out to a good extent.
Yeah, that was like the final push I needed, I guess.
Oh, but like I'm just thanking that particular bank, like not like in a good sense, because like 2,000 people lost their job due to the restructure, but at least because of that, a lot of people might have started something which they always wanted, just like you got into e-commerce and all. So like that's like the good part I would say about this whole story, other than everything. Yeah, that sounds very interesting. But by the way, did you know about e-commerce from the start, or like in the time span when you were like working in the bank, you were exploring some other things around online branding, and you just got to know, okay, something like e-commerce also exists?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, like even when I was working, like after work, I would research on YouTube, like right now, like online, there's so much free resources you can take advantage of. So, some late night just browsing YouTube, browsing like podcasts, and learning just kind of piece by piece. But yeah, I didn't have any really, I would say, like specific background, because even though I'm from China, like a lot of my friends' parents are like in the manufacturing world or like logistic world, but my parents didn't come from like that business background. So yeah, I didn't like really have this background from family. So everything I kind of just learned from the internet, and then got connected with some people on the way, because it's quite important to, join a community. So yeah, if there's some Facebook group or like some WhatsApp group, I would say, yeah, like, can I join in? And then I chat about how others are growing in this space. So yeah, kind of started from like online research to like small community, and then just learn from there.
Okay, that makes sense, because like by just watching, I think the one or two videos starting would be the way. You need some people to guide you or to help you with, I think so, the minor problems, I would say. And like in that part, networking and like all those communities and groups help you at least.
Yeah, that's right. I always try to join community, because it also motivate you when you're down. Of course, like knowledge sharing, when you're contributing to others, like when you can, it feels good. Yeah, like recently I got involved in this Invisalign thing, like where you put the transparent aligner, and I joined this group as well. I'm like, yeah, this is how I operate. Like I joined this community and then learn from others in this way. Yeah.
That sounds super interesting. So exactly, how do you help like businesses to grow their sales? Because like when we talk about growing sales, there are like a lot of factors, from marketplace or from website designing, from UI to UX to marketing, and like a lot. So like which aspect you personally focus like majorly, if you have to select one?
Right. So yeah, like how I guess came from having my own store to help others. Basically, like when I'm designing my own store, I realized there's actually a huge need for that, because it really takes time and it really takes like expertise to make sure like the store looks like trustworthy, branded, attracts people's attention, like sales converting. And then I was using Shopify, and I'm mainly helping like Shopify merchants as well, and I'm Shopify partner right now. So like yeah, most of the project we do are like on Shopify. So yeah, in the Shopify ecosystem, there are like apps that you need to use kind of to upsell or like to bundles, all of that. So I really struggled in that time, trying to find the right way. So I was like, yeah, this is something I actually enjoy doing, like the design part I actually really enjoy. And then if I already went through this, maybe I can help others to set it up. And then also at that time, like some friends around me, they kind of know that I'm doing this. So like I help some others around me to build their store on Shopify. Yeah, and once I start to have like more people coming to me, I build the agency. So now we're 5 people full-time and 15 people in total, including freelancer contractors. Yeah, and then we're also helping with some bigger brands to scale their store. So first we do like an audit for them, like a free audit to see, like what's lacking in the store and how can we improve and give some suggestions. And then, yeah, and we kind of have a discovery meeting together to see, if it makes sense. Yeah, a lot of apps would be like quite helpful, but depending on the industry as well, some products like better to bundle with others, some are like good for subscription. So it's hard to say. But yeah, that's basically how we help other businesses.
That makes sense because like, to be honest, in past also I was trying one day that Tushar, you should create your own e-commerce store. I was thinking that okay, how do I Google? I just got this step-by-step process and all, but still there was a lot of confusion. So I would agree on that part that there was a need of designing e-commerce stores and all. So I would agree on that. And like it's great that you guys are like helping a lot of people like me who wanted to start an e-commerce store, but they had no idea how to design.
Yeah, that's right. I would say overall, definitely like, saves time and even the budget sometimes, just to find an expert who, because we're like quite efficient in the process. Like, we have dedicated person to do like the things like developer, designer. So yeah, overall it might be faster, but yeah, I also kind of hesitate to tell people, oh, it's like just like the fast money making process, you let us build it and it's gonna be like passive income and all. So I try definitely to set expectation. If someone have that expectation, I say, yeah, you definitely still need to put the hard work after, like trying to understand how you fulfill the orders, how you can like manage your like customer service person, like. So yeah, it is still like some learning curve, even if you find someone else to build the store.
That makes sense. But okay, so but like when we talk about building an e-commerce store, there will be a particular process, right? So for example, if Tushar want to create or build his own e-commerce store, like what would be that step-by-step process if you can share with all of us?
Yeah, for sure. I guess to break it down, first you really need to find product. It could be like a single product, if it's like high ticket item, like if you're really focusing on that one and then it has like unique advantages, it could be one product you're selling, but usually we try to upsell based on the one, or you can like choose a niche. And the important part here, I would say in the first step, is to really find your interest, because I've definitely seen, even myself, I've tried to sell like just house selling product, like that I feel like could be popular, but I'm not personally interested in it. And then because running an e-commerce store, like you will face a lot of challenges, just like any other business. If you're not personally believing in the product's benefit, or like you're just not interested in that particular niche, it could be hard like later on. So yeah, when you're finding the product, try to find the one that you're super interested in. Like if you're interested in like fitness or something, definitely choose the product based on that, and then define your target audience, because yeah, really it will just affect a lot when you're driving the traffic. Let's say if your target audience is like younger, and then you can do more like TikTok stuff, Instagram. And then it really depends. Yes, some product you can't sell on TikTok at all. Like your audience is not there. So that's, I would say, the second. Then you need to choose the platform for sure, because in e-commerce there are like just tons of ways you can sell. Even if you like maybe you want to list on like the platform like Amazon, Etsy and all, or you can choose like Shopify, WooCommerce, Wix. So there are like different options. And then the time that I was choosing different platforms, I kind of compare the pros and cons, and I find like Shopify is most user friendly, quite easy to start like for me, and then yeah, easier to build a brand. So I chose Shopify at the time. And then you need to like also set up the branding when you want to sell, because like how you portray the colors, like if it's orange, it's like super active, happy. And then if you want to show like you're more professional, like you maybe will not use like super light green color. I think it really depends on like what kind of image you're trying to show, and depending on the product. And I would say, yeah, like if we go into the details, like in Shopify, you need to like choose a theme, and then you need to like definitely like make sure all the product photos like good, because all the details matter. I would say only every step aligns, then when the traffic comes, you can sell well. Otherwise, like the product picture might not be like optimized, and then you can use like apps to do something like email pop-up to collect people's email. So those kind of like method, I would say, features to better like convert later on. And then yeah, like after the design part, which is I would say the part that takes most of the time, because you need to really think, okay, on the homepage, what are you gonna put, and on the product page, like how you can like align with what the customers are thinking, and then answer people's question along the way as well, like when they're browsing, because people just scrolling down, like that's our habit nowadays, just, like scrolling and like glancing through. So yeah, you want to attract their attention and answer the questions on the way, and then really connect with that audience. And then and then you just have ready to sell store. So I guess in like 2-3 minutes, that's how it is. But yeah, it takes time, like in each details.
Okay, so if I understood correctly, it all starts with interest in which kind of product or industry you are interested. Then you would go for that target audience, like who are you going to target, or like who people are going to use this product or buy this product. Then you would go for the platform, like which platform you will use to create an e-commerce, or you would go for the direct HTML, which is not preferred a lot because you have better and like faster tools. And then it is more about, I think so, details and products, because which kind of photos you are uploading, what are those major important minor details which plays like a vital role about in the experience of a user or a person who is coming to the website. I think so. And then like it is connecting with a customer. Like this is like a 5-step process, right? Like correct me if I'm wrong, or like I missed any point or anything.
I would say like the connecting to the customer piece would also kind of align with how you design on the front end. But yeah, like that's kind of integrated with the last step, which is how you design it on the store to connect with the audience, like what kind of copywriting and everything. So overall, that's right.
That makes sense. By the way, like there's this question from Caesar, and like it is kind of connected to connecting with customers. So basically, that's what is like the best social network which we can use to build a community for a product or a brand. Because I personally believe if a product or a brand also have a community, it is like kind of the direct feedback. So basically, we can just ask our community directly that, are you liking this product or not, or like what changes do you need and all. So like which platform would be like best for, according to you, to build that community with your customers or potential customers, I would say.
Right. Yeah, I think for D2C brand, direct to consumer brands, that we see a lot on Instagram, because you're constantly sharing content that not only about the product, but more just content overall, like related to your mission of the brand, what people are interested in, like everything. I would, because if you're like constantly posting about your product, it's like hard sell. But if you're posting like things that can create community and then basically attract people to your mission, that makes most sense. So like I see people doing a lot on Instagram, just create a community there and then interact with the audience by like replying really well, and then just follow some of your customers and then commenting, tagging the customers who are like using your product, or like vice versa. So yeah, I see that a lot. And also it's quite helpful if you do like ads, because you can target on your audience. Like if people didn't buy from you yet, but like they are already kind of interested in the product, and then when you're doing the ads, definitely like you can target on people who are following you.
That makes sense. So basically, like it is more on the side of not hard selling, but kind of like promoting the mission, or at least this is what I personally do. So like if you are talking with your audience, if you are talking about the mission instead of a product, then audience will connect to audience or customers will get connected with the mission, and mission is connected to your brand. So like eventually they would come for the product. It is more like that, I think so, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I would say similar to like what Simon Sinek, the famous, like why, how, and what. Because it is kind of similar, but like he was talking about the corporate, and then we're talking about the brand. But I think it's the same thing. How like, and every founder has usually like I would say 95% of the time like do have a story why they start the brand, because they want to solve a problem they faced, or they really believe this could help like people in like this product that they're selling. So yeah, focusing on that, other than, of course, the product feature is also quite important, but focusing on like why like people should be buying it, or like why they believe in it, it's very important. And then you talk about the features and how people can use it, and the quality and everything.
That makes sense. Very interesting. But this actually takes me to my next question. So basically, whenever we talk about e-commerce, there are already a lot of stores. Like there are like all these tech giants like Amazon, Flipkart, and like a lot more. If we go for the list down, there's like tens and thousands of stores. Plus, the most important part, these big tech giants or whatever you want to call them, these big e-commerce stores are creating all those demands which I don't think so like an initial store owner can fulfill. Like for example, I think so Amazon have this anticipatory delivery, if I'm not wrong, where Amazon just lets you know that the delivery will happen in like 3 or 5 days, where we are not sure, I think, I possibly, because we are not sure like when the product will ship from China, then
Yeah.
how many days will it take to like get to a particular location around the world. So like how to like first of all compete with this big e-commerce brands, and like how to fulfill this ever evolving demand, if you have to say.
Yeah, I agree with you. Like, it's kind of connected to the previous question for sure. But yeah, first of all, I think like the market is just huge for e-commerce now. I would say, even though we see like huge growth in the past like 2 years because of pandemic, yeah, going forward, I definitely see the trend is like shopping online, and like now I buy like just other than my grocery, like I just buy online like a lot, not only from the brands but also Amazon. Like I buy my toilet paper on Amazon because I don't want to like carry it. So like first is the demand, like yeah, just overall. But yeah, the second thing is definitely the community piece, like connecting with the audience as a unique brand that trying to convey a mission. Because let's say if I buy the toilet paper, it's actually from Amazon, it's more for practical for practical reason. And yeah, like like shampoo and everything. So for Amazon sellers, it's a little bit harder to convey why the community is like there, and then like it's harder for them to create a community overall, and also it's against like Amazon's purpose, because usually they don't get customers contact or email things like shared with seller, so everyone can stay on the platform. So yeah, I would say it's still like really great business model, for the convenient purpose, and it's awesome, like want to do day shipping if you're like on Prime. So yeah, people shop there for sure for the convenience and for the pricing and everything. But yeah, there's also like a huge chunk of like customer who willing to shop online, but for like smaller brand or like for other brands like independent brand, because they believe in the brand and they are like a part of that already, and then they kind of build the loyalty from like how the brand would present themselves, whether it's like what kind of like materials they're using for the product. It could be from what kind of influencer they work with, because like when like brands reaching out, like they definitely like filter the influencers as well, because they want to choose like people who are also on the same path, like in that kind of mission. So I would say like just example of like recently we're working with a brand called Mimoso. So like we're still going to launch their website soon, but they do like flowers in accessories basically. Yeah, like jewelry, like earring and flowers, just real flowers in there. And then I would say there are some competitors already out there, but yeah, like how we position the brand is to emphasize like everyone's unique, like your beauty, just beautiful as you are. And that jewelry, that piece of accessory is kind of reflecting that as well, because each of the pieces like very unique and you cannot find the same like item anywhere else, because it's like connected to the nature. So that's a brand mission, I would say, like to cherish that. And yeah, just example like how it's really like important